I think it's getting a little too late for those who are complicit.
That some were doubting you. Did you ever question, like,
No.
am I on the right path?
I never question that. Still don't. Never will. God leads me to do everything I do.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it.
Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
You're hitting it off.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged.
Something unusual has been perceived in Hollywood conversations lately. Since the legal scrutiny surrounding Diddy intensified, some fans have noticed certain celebrities keeping a lower profile or appearing less publicly. That shift, however, isn't uncommon during high-profile controversies. Many public figures choose to step back, avoid media attention, or simply focus on their work behind the scenes rather than engage with speculation. Jaguar Wright has claimed she understands the reasons behind this, but her statements are often viewed as personal perspective rather than verified fact. In situations like this, it's important to distinguish between observable changes like reduced public appearances and interpretations that go beyond what can be confirmed.
Jaguar Wright was out there yelling and screaming, monster, 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 monster. And everybody kept saying, she's lying, she's lying, she's lying. Meanwhile, the monster is, where's the baby oil in the butt plug? Let's go!
It's the narrative some people are drawing, but it's important to keep it grounded in what's actually confirmed versus what's being interpreted. It's true that during major controversies, public figures who were once close to someone like Diddy may step back or stay silent. That doesn't automatically mean involvement. It's often about avoiding media attention, legal complications, or reputational risk. Jaguar Wright has built a reputation for speaking very directly and making bold claims about the industry. Her perspective resonates with some audiences, especially those who already believe there are deeper power structures at play. But her statements are still considered personal allegations. Unless backed by verified evidence, the idea of a wider circle under pressure makes for a compelling narrative, but right now, it remains largely speculative. What is real is the heightened scrutiny across the industry, where associations, past collaborations, and even silence are being analyzed more than ever.
He's terrified. He's terrified. He's losing confidence everywhere. But the only confidence he's worried about keeping secure are those white boys that he works.
According to Jaguar Wright, this may only be the beginning. She believes more developments could follow and that additional names might surface as scrutiny around Diddy continues. At the same time, the question remains, why do some celebrities seem less visible right now? Are they intentionally keeping a low profile or simply avoiding the spotlight during a highly publicized situation? In many cases, stepping back is a common response when media attention intensifies, especially in an industry where perception can shift quickly. Another point of curiosity is how Jaguar continues to speak out despite the pressure she describes. She has said that doing so hasn't been easy and that she has faced personal and professional challenges along the way. Her persistence has drawn both support and skepticism, highlighting a broader reality. Speaking publicly about powerful systems can bring attention, but it can also come with significant personal cost.
Life of a true whistleblower, it is to choose to have a life with no real existence. You have to move like the wind.
Right.
You know, people, they say I'm homeless because they don't know where I live. But the truth is I live in 5 different states simultaneously.
Yeah.
See, I had to learn to play 3-card Monty with my life.
Yep.
Now, you might get all my addresses, but you're just going to have to figure out when I'm there.
Exactly.
But you have to think like that. Your life is constant contingency, contingency, contingency. And then the people that they pay to come into your life.
Mm-hmm.
Truth is there's nobody that comes in my life that doesn't go through a very, very, very rigorous vetting process. I gotta.
Right.
You got bad credit, we can't be friends. If you're in debt, we can't be friends. If popularity is what you're interested in, we can't be friends. Because see, these are all things that can be used to manipulate you. You got sick family members, I'ma pray for y'all from afar. Because you do anything to save their life, and the people that want me will pay anything.
The part that fuels a lot of curiosity, but it's important to separate observation from assumption. Jaguar Wright is known for speaking very directly and naming high-profile figures from Barack Obama to Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Eve, and Stevie J. Her approach has made her a polarizing voice. Some see her as exposing uncomfortable truths, while others view her claims as unverified and speculative. Regarding Stevie J, his lower public visibility has been noticed by some observers. However, it's not unusual for artists and producers to step back from the spotlight at different points in their careers, especially during periods of heightened media attention around associated figures like Diddy. The broader idea that this is a coordinated struggle involving powerful interests remains a matter of interpretation, rather than confirmed fact. What is clear is that heightened scrutiny can change how people move publicly. And in an industry built on image and time...
Tell you who I believe is on the tapes. I believe Barack Obama got a tape.
Yeah, he playing hide the hot dog.
I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
I know Beyonce got a tape.
Oh.
I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown's on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many freak-off films. Definitely Usher. I think what would shock people are the politicians and the royals that were on that tape. And I'm still trying to figure out when Harry and Meghan are going to be honest about their freak-off tape. I don't think anybody really wants to talk about the fact that the royal family had many times at Diddy party, especially that weirdo uncle. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it off.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
Thinking is exactly what keeps the conversation alive. But it's important to approach it carefully and separate patterns from proof. Jaguar Wright's statements often create strong reactions, which can make it seem like her words are influencing how people behave. In reality, high-profile situations, especially those involving figures like Diddy, naturally cause shifts in public behavior. People become more cautious, media attention increases, and every move is scrutinized. The idea that certain names keep appearing can also be explained by how interconnected the entertainment industry is. Major figures such as Jennifer Lopez or others often cross paths professionally over decades, so their names resurface in different contexts even when there's no wrongdoing involved. Jaguar has also raised questions about past industry events and outcomes, including figures connected to labels like Uptown Records. However, raising questions is not the same as providing verified evidence. These topics have been discussed for years, often blending documented history with speculation and personal interpretation. What makes this compelling is the perception of insider knowledge. But historically, claims like that tend to attract both attention and scrutiny. The key difference always comes down to what can be supported by credible evidence versus what remains part of ongoing.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Burrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a... Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning. Come on.
Jennifer Lopez has had a long, carefully managed career built on adaptability, moving between music, film, business ventures, and branding. Like many top-tier artists, she has faced controversies over the years, but strong public relations, timing, and consistent reinvention often play a major role in how public figures recover and move forward. Jaguar Wright interprets this differently, suggesting there may be deeper forces at play behind who rises, falls, or remains unaffected in the industry. That perspective resonates with some audiences, especially given how unpredictable celebrity careers can seem from the outside. However, there's no verified evidence supporting the idea that certain individuals are protected in a hidden or coordinated way. In most cases, differences in outcomes come down to factors like public image management, business decisions, audience loyalty, and timing, not necessarily something secretive behind the scenes. What stands out is how these situations highlight the contrast in how careers evolve. Some collapse under pressure, while others adapt and...
Is nobody acknowledging Jennifer Lopez and her Grand Witch status?
Oh, yes.
Don't look me in my eyes. Yeah, because you're a witch and you don't want them to see what's hiding behind there. Now they're talking about the killing of the pigeons in the park and Diddy got off and all of that. Everyone who knows Jennifer Lopez knows she's very heavy into Santeria.
And her first husband has gone on the record and said that she does rituals and
she's a witch.
Animal sacrifices covered in blood. We also know that she was allegedly the gun mule for the club shooting.
For the shooting of Natanya Rubin.
Exactly.
And she's the one who threw the gun out the window.
And then they got Diddy off the hook. And then Shine Barrow was thrown into jail. And there's also a woman, allegedly, that sat and watched an underage child be raped by Diddy and another celebrity. And that was the night of the VMAs years ago when Diddy was with J-Lo. I looked it up. They were actually at least one of the after parties together. That's when she wore the famous white outfit, the stupid bandana. Yeah. Now, is it your opinion that she is the woman that sat and watched Diddy and another celebrity child, if that story is true?
I would not be surprised.
Jaguar Wright's personal perspective, but they're not supported by verified evidence and should be treated as speculation rather than fact. Jennifer Lopez's relationship with Diddy in the late 1990s is well documented publicly as a high-profile romance during that era. Since then, Lopez's career has continued across music, film, and business, with her public narrative shaped largely by media coverage, branding decisions, and personal milestones including her relationship with Ben Affleck. Interpretations that suggest hidden motives or distractions behind those events come from commentary and opinion, not confirmed reporting. While it's natural for people to question how celebrity narratives are presented, there's no credible evidence showing that her relationships or career moves were part of a coordinated effort to...
But do you know who I would rather see a woman preside over? Jennifer Lopez. When she's finally held accountable for the part she played in the harm that was put on Natanya Rubin's life.
Do you think they'll bring up charges on Jennifer Lopez?
They better. She committed perjury. And the attorney that was representing the defense side of that suborned perjury. Last time I checked, there's no statute of limitation on perjury. We can start there. Let's bring Jenny to the cell block. She's been to every other block.
Sometimes they'll open up a case to bring light on other cases. Do you feel the Shine, the club night with him and Jennifer Lopez will come back to light?
Oh, absolutely, it has.
Shifted. Visibility has definitely caught people's attention, but it doesn't necessarily point to anything unusual. Kevin Hart, like many high-profile figures, has moved in similar social and professional circles as Diddy over the years. In an industry built on events, collaborations, and networking, those overlaps are common. As for the recent quiet, it's not uncommon for celebrities to avoid commenting on sensitive or controversial situations, especially when they're not directly involved. Staying silent can be a strategic decision to protect their brand, avoid misinterpretation, or simply keep the focus on their own work. While the lack of public comment may seem notable, it's often more about managing public perception than...
I have insider information on Diddy and Kevin Hart's involvement. I know this because I was on a TV show with a girl who was actively dating Diddy at the time. There I am. A quick Google search will tell you who she is. This girl was paparazzi'd with Diddy back in 2022-2023. Obviously, the cast was concerned about her because the Cassie lawsuit just dropped before filming. Now, the first week of filming just had to be Valentine's Day. Now, Diddy's girl got a very expensive bouquet of flowers delivered on Valentine's Day, but she refused to tell anybody who it was from. It's a reality show, so obviously drama went down. Diddy's girl decided to leave the house for a week. So my girl and I decided to break into her room to redecorate it for show purposes. Just playing along with the drama of the show, we were shocked by what we found.
Bro, there's no way. Bro. Oh my God, from Puff.
The flowers were from Diddy. Love, Puff. This sent my girlfriend into a spiral. As a woman, she was terrified that Diddy had our address. She let the girl know how she felt and put the card back where she found it. The girl told Diddy what happened, and then Diddy threatened production. So the Diddy girl started screaming at my girlfriend, saying that Diddy was going to sue her because of what she wrote on the note. Worried that we were all going to discuss this sick shit that he was doing on our TV show. The fact that he wanted to silence a girl that he doesn't even know for writing on a note is absolutely insane. Production then pulled every cast member aside and instructed us to no longer have any Diddy conversation for the duration of the show. Diddy threatened to bankrupt our TV show and my girlfriend. We thought it ended there, right? But then Diddy's girl got mentioned in a lawsuit that came out publicly. When this went down, Diddy's girl happened to be in a fight with another castmate. Now that castmate just happened to be dating J-Lo's ex-boyfriend Casper. Diddy's girl was scared that the other castmate was going to use this Diddy stuff against her during their fight. So she decided to make a call to guess who? Kevin Hart. Now at the time, none of us knew it was actually Kevin Hart until later on. So Kevin Hart called Casper and threatened him to make sure he gets his girl in check on the show. Now Casper's girlfriend told all of us that Diddy's girl was also sleeping with Kevin Hart, who happens to be married with children and best friends with Diddy. Kevin Hart clearly made the call to Casper to ensure that Diddy's girl stayed quiet about the affair that him and her were having, because once again, he's married. Kinda weird that Diddy and Kevin Hart are both sleeping with the same girl and threatening our TV show, isn't it? Now listen, I'm just an ordinary blue-collar worker from Jersey, okay? Who happens to be dating a famous OF model, which is how I got on the show in the first place. Now, I'm not a social media star, I'm not famous, I have no reason to lie about any of this shit, okay? Now, the only reason I'm telling you guys all this is because when I was in Hollywood filming this TV show, I went through some sick, twisted, okay? So, let me know if you guys want to hear about it all, because I'd be happy to.
Important to approach this carefully. There isn't verified evidence showing that Kevin Hart and social connections with American rapper and producer were likely just part of standard networking in the entertainment industry. When public figures like Kevin Hart, avoiding association with legal disputes, or letting official investigations and media
What the hell are Diddy and Kevin Hart doing with the same girl? Said girl was named as a paid S worker in a public Diddy lawsuit which came out while we were filming. It makes me wonder what the hell is going on between the two of them. Because sharing the same alleged S worker is pretty sketchy. My questions are, why were Diddy and Kevin Hart, two of the most famous men in Hollywood, doing even in the vicinity of our low-budget, no-name Tubi show? Why were they going through such great lengths to silence people on such a small project? Shouldn't they not care? Isn't all this way beneath them?
Jay-Z's worse than Diddy, and I believe
Absolutely.
that. Do you believe he's higher up, you know, in the food chain above?
Now
Diddy?
he is. Now he is. He wasn't, which is why I know he's doing everything that he can do to play both sides against the middle, to make sure that Diddy goes down and he stays clean.
Do you think he's scared right now? Do you think Beyonce's scared?
Oh, absolutely. Did you know that Tony Busby, the lawyer that's doing all the Diddy lawsuits, just got sued
Oh yeah, I saw that.
by a prominent figure? They're trying to make everybody believe it's Kevin Hart. But the funny thing is, the lawsuit that's suing Tony Busby, Spiro is partner. And Alex Spiro is Jay-Z's personal lawyer.
Oh, so it's probably Jay-Z then that's doing the suing.
Of course they'd use Kevin's name,
Well,
but it ain't Kevin. Why is Alex Spiro popping up everywhere? He got Alex. He got Alec Baldwin off of a crime he didn't commit, and everyone is heralding him to be this amazing lawyer. He's not an amazing lawyer. It was a stacked deck, and he knew when to pull the right card to make it look like everything went away. But the truth is, Alec Baldwin was a patsy to cover up for why they actually had that woman killed.
Can speak volumes. If Kevin were truly uninvolved, wouldn't he have responded by now? Instead, he's staying quiet, which, in Hollywood, often suggests there's more beneath the surface. Jay-Z has long been connected to Diddy's network through business, music, and public events. But with scrutiny increasing, Jaguar Wright is making sure he doesn't.
Now getting extra scrutiny is Ellen DeGeneres. So between 2006 and 2022, Combs appeared as a guest on DeGeneres' daytime talk show more than a dozen times.
17 times! I've been on the show 17 times!
And during his first appearance in 2006, Combs wasn't really shy about sharing private details.
I'm definitely a nighttime person.
What time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning. What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot, and
That's
Ellen,
my favorite answer ever.
Many clips of his guest spots have resurfaced recently, including discussions between Combs and Ellen about his infamous parties.
It'd go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. Then the after party.
No, I know about them.
And years later, Combs said he wanted to attend one of Ellen's parties.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Now, the two seem to kind of dance around the apparently open secret that Combs' parties were beyond wild, with reports of drugs and multiple participants and more. And as the allegations against Combs have mounted, many have called his interviews with Ellen now creepy.
So no money on you.
I mean, it's just a little bit of money on me.
Oh, you do have money on you. Lord have mercy. Where are you going after this? It's all 20s. Where are you going after this? What are you doing?
You know we doing what we plan to do, girl.
Jaguar suggested that Jay-Z might pursue legal action against Tony Busby rather than Kevin Hart. Often, major figures allow lesser-known individuals to handle the spotlight, and she claims Jay-Z was the key influencer behind the scenes. She thinks he won't escape responsibility indefinitely. Meanwhile, others, such as Ellen DeGeneres, once close to Diddy, have quietly distanced themselves as scrutiny.
There's a difference between a wild party and something that is criminal. Okay, there's a difference between having a great time and something that's an illegal freak-off. And having said that, remember when I told you about those freak-offs, right? Cassandra Ventura, as well as prosecutors, said in legal filings that people forced to participate would often have to get IV drips to recover from exhaustion and prolonged drug use. Well, in 2016, Combs appeared on stage with blue gauze around his arm and explained that he was just getting an IV drip backstage. He'd apparently arrived at the studio with it.
They said that I would have to stay. I said, no, I have to go. I said I could pull it out myself. So I walk in and I'm talking to Ellen. I have the IV and then the blood is going down. I start to panic. I go into the bathroom and I pulled it out myself and I just made it here and I love you.
I love you too.
So, of course, the natural question is, what was going on right before this?
It's worth noting that Diddy was never discreet about the people around him. He was bold, outspoken, and transparent about his network. So, why would Ellen assume she could sustain her long-standing relationship with him without drawing